Om Shanti. Hope I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to read the Murli, which is dated 18th April 1971. The title of the Murli is The Method and Benefits of Knowing the Feelings of the Mind and How It Can Be Possible. It's there in today's Murli. So for that, Baba has mentioned that you need to have a powerful stage of Man Manabhava. So you have the stage of Man Manabhava. You can read the feelings of the minds. Later, Baba has also shown what are the aspects of the success. So if you know the aspects of success, you can achieve success accordingly. Then Baba has mentioned about what are the qualities of greatness. So let's learn also about what are the qualities of greatness and how you can go into the subtlety of the knowledge when you are great. In the end, Baba has mentioned about that we are the three Murti father's children, and what are the signs of the three Murti children. So let's read the Murli. Are all of you who are sitting here stable in the stage of Man Manabhava? Man Manabhava, a Sanskrit word. So it only talks about that only one supreme soul is your the father and no one else. Those who are themselves stable in the stage of Man Manabhava are able to know the feelings in the minds of others. So those who are in stage of Man Manabhava are able to know the feelings in the minds of others. When any person comes in front of you, are you able to understand clearly the feelings of that person's mind by being stable in the stage of Manmanabhava? Because when your stage of Manmanabhava becomes the subtle stage, you are then able to understand the subtle stage and the subtle feeling. So when you are Manmanabhava at the stage of Manmanabhava, you can understand the subtle state, the divine stage, and the divine feelings. So you are continuing to have experience of this practice, isn't it? No matter what the words are, continue to practice understanding their feelings. When you are able to understand the feelings in someone's mind, what will be the result? What will the result be? By understanding the feelings of each one's mind, what will happen when you are able to fulfill their desire or desire for attainment? So Baba is guiding us that when you know one's mind and when you know how to fulfill the desire of someone and what they will attain, they will become what you wish them to become. That is, there will be very quickly be success in service because they will attain something according to their desire. What would happen if a person who is thirsty for peace finds peace? Through that attainment, he will become an imperishable effort maker. So, what will be the result of your discerning the feelings of the mind and understanding them? A lot of success in service will be visible in a short time because you'll become an embodiment of success. At the moment, you are in your effort making form. At the moment, you are in your effort making form. By developing this qualification, you will become an embodiment of success. Do you understand? So, as we know, once an astrologer who is there, he shows, he guides the person that this is the way you can achieve success. And we follow those rules and regulations which an astrologer says. And when we achieve success, we try to believe in him. So, in this way, the astrologer gains the feelings and attachments of the person. Same way, Baba is also mentioning here. So, when you fulfill the desires of other people and when they follow you, and what you see success in your way, then you don't have to approach anyone. People will approach you. So, let's read ahead. At present, in order to bring about success, you have to give a lot of time, thoughts, wealth, and energy. What will happen then? Success itself will come in front of you. You will not have to use wealth. Wealth itself will come to surrender to you. Do you understand? There is this much difference by imbibing just the one thing. And what is that one thing? It is to become man manabhav and know the feelings in each one's mind. So what Baba is giving the tool of man manabhava to, to be man manabhava, how you can achieve success and how you know the feelings of in each one's mind. Will the praise that is sung of the elements of nature, being your servants, happens in the golden age? In the golden age, you won't even be aware that you have attained everything by gaining victory over matter. You only do get this attainments when you put efforts in this confluence age to gain the victory. So, however, since you are making so much effort to become victorious over matter, you will see the fruit and attainment of victory over matter in this elevated birth. Matter will not make you dependent, but by being one who has a right, will observe the task of matter. Do you understand? You will have such a perfect stage that there will be no type of dependency remaining. So when you have an elevated birth, you don't have to think about how you have achieved the matter because that you have already done in the confluence age. You will be experience yourself having a right over everyone. What do you have to do in order to become like that? Firstly, spirituality. Secondly, godly intoxication should always be visible on your face. Thirdly, every soul should experience in a practical way the sanskars and virtues of you always being merciful in service. When all these three aspects, the virtues of spirituality, godly intoxication, and of being merciful, are visible practically in your form, in your stage, on your face, and in service, that is, in action, then you can understand that success is coming close to you. Baba says when all the three aspects, the virtues of spirituality, godly intoxication, and of being merciful are visible practically in your form, in your stage, and on your face, and in service, and that is in action, then you can understand that success is coming close to you. All three have to be together. What happens at that moment when you become merciful together with being merciful? Spiritual intoxication should also be visible, but both are not now visible at the same time. Either the virtue of being merciful is visible or the virtue of spiritual intoxication is visible. Together with spiritual intoxication, spirituality should also be visible. All three have to be combined in a practical way, and that is still lacking a little. You are still practicing. At present, you just consider yourself to be a great compared to all souls. At present, just consider yourself to be a great, that I'm a great soul compared to all other souls. However, do you create every thought and perform every action as a great soul? Ask yourself to become a great soul, whether I'm performing every thought and action accordingly. To understand is the aim, whereas to do is to be in a practical form. When you go in front of others with the awareness of your being a great, most elevated soul, what will they experience? When you go in front of others with the awareness of the aim, whereas to do is to be in a practical form. When you go in front of others with the awareness of your being a great, most elevated soul, what will they experience? Everyone's head will bow in front of your greatness. Everyone's head will bow in front of your greatness. When someone of a great status of the Iron Age of today's goes in front of your non living images, what happens? He will bow his head. When their heads bow in front of the images, would they not bow their heads in front of the living images who have that character in the living form and are equal to the Father in all virtues? Or do you think that this result is of the future? Is it going to happen now? When? How much time is there till still to the end? If you bow down and make them bow down, what is the big deal? Sometimes you have the aim that you may have to bow down because of the service. The aim is wrong. The aim is filled with weakness. Why you need to bow down? When the seed itself is weak, what type of fruit will it bear? Anyone carrying out establishment of something new does not think that he would have to bow down to do it. When souls have the aim of making others bow, they show how they definitely can make many bow in front of themselves. In comparison to this, just see how elevated the task of establishment is and on whose direction it happens. Just see what results emerges when you go in front of others. The aim that they have to go down in front of you, and when you have also imbibed that spiritual intoxication. When we go when we go near to the dadis and other souls who are great, you feel that experience. Oh, these are so real great souls. Same way, when you become great, the other soul should experience that yes, these souls have imbibed some spiritual intoxication. So, in order to bring about greatness, you have to go into the subtlety of knowledge. In order to bring about greatness, you have to go into the subtlety of the knowledge. सूक्ष्मता, ज्ञान की सूक्ष्मता में जाना जरूरी है. The more you go into the subtlety of knowledge, the more you will be able to make yourself great. Underline this. The more you go into the subtlety of knowledge, the more you will be able to make yourself great. When there isn't so much greatness, it means that you don't have that much experience of the subtlety of knowledge. So check yourself. Keep in your awareness the task of a great soul. In any case, a great soul is one who carries out a great task. If someone carries out an ordinary task, he is not called a great soul. So the task of a great soul should also be great. Within the timetable of the whole day, in terms of being a great soul, check what great tasks you accomplished throughout the whole day. Did you become a great donor? Generally, the task of great soul is to make donation and perform charity. Donation doesn't mean only the monetary donation. So, you are the one who are said to be the greatest of the all souls. When you make donations and perform charity, think you are the greatest of all souls. So, how much did you donate throughout the whole day today? Just check. Let's take as if for the homework. Throughout the whole day, how much I have donated and what did you donate? Just as the meals, food, and drink of great souls are great, in the same way, check whether the food of your intellect today was also great, whether the food of your intellect today was also great. Check this. Did you accept pure food? When those who call themselves great take impure food, what do all those who see them say? Yeah, impure food means negative energy or negative things you do. What others will see that what this great soul is doing? They would question, is this the one a great soul? So check yourself and see whether you took the food of any impure thoughts in your intellect. People generally check the food, see diet and the interaction of the great souls. So Today, throughout the day, what was the food for the intellect? If you imbibe any impure, sinful, or wasteful thoughts in your intellect, then understand there was impurity in your intake of food today. Those who are great souls have the aim of giving all souls the donation of happiness through their every interaction, that is, through their activity. Those who are great souls have the aim of giving all souls the donation of happiness through their every interaction, that is, through their activity. They give happiness and receive happiness. So check in terms of being a great soul, did you give or take sorrow from anyone throughout the day? Check this. What is an act of charity? Charity is to give souls something through which blessing emerge from them. When you give something, automatically the blessing will emerge from the other souls. This is called an act of charity. Whomever you give happiness to, blessings will emerge from them for you. This is an act of charity. The main qualification is non-violence. Throughout the whole day, also check whether there was any violence, what type of violence is there which you have to check. You call yourself doubly non-violent, do you not? In your mind too, there's a lot of battling with your sanskars. So you commit the violence of killing Maya. Even though you battle, why do you call that non-violence? Because the result of this battle is happiness and peace. Violence is that through which one receives sorrows and peacelessness. We know that when you are battling with Maya, we want to achieve peace and happiness. So why we call as violent? However, through this you attain peace and happiness and benefit, and it is therefore not called violence. So you are doubly non-violent. So you also have to look at this qualification that is remembered of the great souls. Throughout the day today, you didn't commit any type of violence, did you? If you make someone's stage fluctuate through any words, that too is violence. Just as making someone stage fluctuate or hurt them through your words, that too is violence. To suppress your real Satopradhan sanskar or your original godly sanskar and to put other sanskars into a practical form is like strangling someone, and that too is considered to be violence. Beautiful point. To suppress your real Satopradhan sanskars or your original godly sanskar and to put other sanskars into a practical form is like strangling someone, and that too is considered to be violence. It's just like when you want to show your greatness, you just make others bow down or lower them. That is also violence. So to suppress your original sanskar, that is the sanskars of your Satupradha stage, is also violence. Do you understand? So you have to check, To what extent you have all this qualification in a practical form? Now, do you understand what the qualification of the great souls are? Continue to donate throughout the whole day. Perform act of charity and also become non-violent. So speak. Speak, what will your stage then become? Everyone will definitely then bow their head in front of the great soul who go into such subtlety and who remain stable in their perfect stage. Would they literally bow their heads? The head is the highest part of the body. So, to bow one's head means to make the whole self bow. To bow one's head means to make the whole self bow. So, those who nowadays consider themselves to be elevated and a great or consider their task to be great will bow their heads. That is, they will feel that all their tasks are nothing in comparison to their elevated tasks. They won't consider the greatness to be elevated, but would consider it to be ordinary. This is known as all souls bowing their head in front of you. So now, do you understand what you have to check? Throughout the whole day, to what extent you brought in practical form the great task and qualification of the great souls. Baba will ask you about this result later. You were told earlier, you were told earlier that you are the children of the Trimurti Father. And so the Trimurti light should be visible from you. That is, that should be the visions granted of three lights. And what are they? From each one of you, when others come in front of you, firstly, firstly they should see the jewel on the forehead, the shining jewel which is shining on our forehead should be seen. Secondly, from both of your eyes, they should see two light bulbs. And thirdly, they should see a crown of light over your head. This is the sign of Trimurti lights. So, they should have vision of all three lights. Some do have these visions. When you make them sit in remembrance, both eyes are seen as balls of lights, and from some there are visions of a crown of light over the head. So, what will happen when people have vision of these three lights from you? They themselves will also become light. You have experienced this, have you not? Through the Sakar form, you saw how many had visions of the crowns of purity to the forehead and the eyes. When we have the visions through our sisters and the elderly souls, you feel that lights. So you have to follow the Father. If you grant vision of such a form of to souls, success in service will bow down at your feet. If you grant vision of such a form to souls, success in service will bow down in at your feet. So become such great souls that whomever you go in front of will have their vision. Then would they be able to show their head in front of you? Who are the images that grant visions? They would bow down. They would bow down. And when they bow their heads in this way, now, who are the images that grant vision? Sorry. When they bow their heads in this way now, they will later bow their physical heads in front of your non living images. Just imagine that when you will be the non living images, how people will bow down in front of you. However, many you make bow down in front of you now. Accordingly, people will bow their heads in front of those non living images. Together with subjects, you will also have to create devotees. The reward of the whole cycle has to be fixed now. Now is the only time you have to do these things. As have to be created now, and subjects too have to be created now. The devotees of the copper age will also be created now. Do you understand? You have to fulfill your devotees with the sanskars of devotion, that is, of bhavna, the loving faith from now. So, by filling them with the sanskars of bhavna for you being very elevated, they will become devotees. So, the devotees too have to be created now. As yet, you are still making effort to create subjects. As the stage of all of you continue to be revealed, so your heirs, that is the royal family, the subjects, and the devotees will also continue to be revealed. Now they are all are mixed because your stage is not yet fixed. Once your stage is fixed, everything will be aligned to it. This is why they continue to be mixed. Then they will be visible practically. You will feel that one is a devotee. You will feel this because the virtue of being Trikaldashi will be revealed. You will then also be able to see clearly your reward of all three aspects of time, not in a divine vision, but you will have a practical vision. Acha, Om Shanti. We shall have a few moments in silence and then we can reflect on the points of the Murli. Om Shanti. We can unmute ourselves and we can share the point of reflection. It seems all are in Manmanabhava stage.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Oh, the thing it's really going deep down in our minds, and to come out from this reservoir of mind, because the mind is with the Supreme. I have to untangle myself and then come down over here. So it is such the word itself, even when I read it in the Gita, man anabhava, it's such a beautiful word, but which is something very, very different. Now, the whole Murli, if you see, there's only one thing. Baba is saying, I am Mahatma. So to bring that feeling in me, I am a Mahatma, I am a special soul, I am a child of the Trimurti Father. In the end, that's what Baba wants is saying. And then he, like yesterday, he said, when you donate all these three, you'll become an aura of light and might. He's also giving us what will be the thing in the end on my forehead, on my eyes, and on my a crown on my head, and people bowing down to me. Of course, they don't bow down now, but I can see them bowing down. So for all this, he's given us some rule. What is Manjeet? What is MMB? Then he explains how can you really understand matter, Prakriti Jeet, the three recipes which he gives us, spirituality, intoxication,
Intoxication. Yes.
and merciful. Then how, and this one thing, humility. You bow down, they bow down. It's such a beautiful, I bow and he bows. How to bring about this Mahanta by going to subtlety, how to be a donor. And he has redefined what is violence and what is non-violence. But for me, till today or always, even though service points may be different, is man manabhava. It is loaded, loaded. See, he's saying you want to read the feelings of minds of others, give your mind to me. So what is actually happening? I sit down, I give my mind to the Supreme, he operates on it, he cleans it, he removes all the waste thoughts, and then he fills it with nectar. And then it's only I and the Supreme. That is Manbana Baba, only focus on him. I know I and my Baba, and I draw power from him. I draw all the energy from him. And then naturally, I cannot say I've become him. I have become Bap Saman, little like him. Why not, what, understanding the feelings of others? I can rule the world. I can be with him. So this feeling of Manmanabhava in practice, what is the benefit I get? And so many redefinitions. I think it's a knowledgeful Murli. And the first paragraph, MMB, I think I would like to go in more detail. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Girjaban. Wonderfully. You had completed all the points of the Murli in a very brief form. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Baba said the reward of the whole cycle is now, and it has to be created now. Like hears and subjects, everything needs to be created now. So this is the time for us to make our fortune so elevated for the whole kalpa, entire 5,000 years. So we must take it seriously, and every second is valuable. So realizing that we must be putting more effort, and also giving this Baba's knowledge, to make others equal to ourselves based on our service. How much service we do is going to depends upon the devotees, and also subjects all will be created. That's the one touching point that I got. Om Shanti.
That's very true. Because now Baba says you're not supposed to walk or crawl. It's time to fly high. When you time to fly high, you have to be a very elevated souls. Thank you, Ashok Bhai.
Om Shanti sister. My
Okay.
takeaway point is when we are in the perfect state means we will experience ourselves having a right over everyone. We are all we are all victorious over matter. Then three aspects of the virtues of spirituality, godly interpretation, and being merciful are visible practically in our form, in our state, in our face, and in service. That is, we can understand easily success is coming close to you or close to us. This is the most elevated point I got. Mr. Roshan.
Yeah, we need to become the embodiment of success together with spirituality, intoxication, and merciful. Yes, anyone else would like to share?
Oh, Shati. Baba has given us the technique of how to read our mind and also mind of others. And the only mantra for which he says is Man Manabhav. Get yourself stable in the combined state and the combined stage with Baba. And it'll be easy for one to understand others' mind. And that's the way to do service. Om Shanti.
Yes, Rakiban. Just remember the only one and forget everything. Then only you can read the minds of others.
Sister, just not a doubt, can we get some churning on the subtlety of knowledge? See, Baba always says, Gyan me dubo, have fill yourself with knowledge. Itna joy, go deep in knowledge. So for me, if you see the attraction of the Brahma Kumaris, first was knowledge. But when Baba speaks about the subtlety, I know subtlety is very important because that only gives us to go away from the crude knowledge or something. But I want to really understand and get what you mean by just going to the, what is that subtlety of knowledge which Baba is getting? If suppose we could get some sharing.
Yes, and we would like to try and can share the knowledge of the subtlety of knowledge, which is Sukshamta of Gyan.
But subtlety isn't visible if you just see. Subtlety, I have to
Mm-hmm.
move, I have to go deep down. So how do I
Yes,
practice? Because it's going deep down. What I can get is I am a soul, Baba is a soul, Rama is a soul. Period. Now, to
yes,
go to the subtlety of it is something a very long exercise. It's like really finding out, taking out a cancer cell and finding out what kind of cancer it really is. It needs, I mean, as a scientist, that probe. So, what is Baba actually talking here about when he says, "Agar mahanta jana hai, subtlety
so
knowledge gyan ka." So that's sukshma what Baba is talking about.
yes, you have to deep dive deep into the ocean to get the treasure of the knowledge. That is the subtlety of knowledge. Means dive deep, go deep into the core of the ocean. So I feel that. So that is very difficult, and unless you are not in that stage, it's very difficult to go deep into that point of where you find the treasure. As what I feel.
I'll try answering this question. Maybe others can add on this. One way to look at it, it is very, very subtle, it's very deep, it's very difficult. The other perspective is the subtlety is not seen, it is felt. So it's as simple as the air flowing around me. I can't see the air, but I can feel the air. And when I'm breathing, I'm not making any efforts to breathe. It is coming as natural. Now, can I deep dive at that level of my originality? Yeah, with ease and not efforts. And that's going to be only being in that mantra of Man Manabhav is what Baba says today. And if we go back to today's Sakar Murli, in the blessings, Baba mentions that to become Mahan, become Nirman. So be of your body consciousness, be of your ego. Now, we understand that it's going to be 63 births sanskar with which we coming in, it is coming by default to us, but our original sanskar is our original sanskar. However hard a person is, however tough the person is, he still would appreciate and like when people love him, because originally we are beings of love. So that's what I feel is one of the way to look at it. Others can add on. Shanti.
Yes, anyone would like to know, tell about the true meaning of the subtlety of knowledge, which Kirchapan would like to discuss about as a turning point.
Shanti
Because,
sister.
please go ahead.
Thank you, sister. I understand that the knowledge that Baba talks about is such subtle and yet people cannot make it out because the mind is occupied in day-to-day activities in many other things. Uh, Even though it is as simple as just understanding that every person is a soul, but people yet cannot make it out. Similarly, with respect to other well-grown subjects like knowledge, medicine, engineering, and law itself, what is correct, what is wrong, we have to study for 4 years or 5 years. The bachelors of law, things like that. They are very obvious. Deep down, everybody knows what is right, what is wrong, but still we have courts. We have lawyers who are produced. We know how to heal a person, still we need bachelors in medicine and surgery. Such, because it is such subtle. And Baba's knowledge also deep down, it is very deep. But you have to sit and realize all that to come out to that superficial thing is that superficial point that ultimately we are souls. That realization itself takes lots of time. So Baba says that you have to dig yourself deeper into the knowledge so that you come out with the jewel of contentment, that jewel of knowledge with you. That I made out, sister. Thank you. Om Shanti.
So I think I could draw 2 points. The sister who mentioned about air, I liked it. When she said, you're everywhere there is air. But what I breathe is air for me. So I took that word to be essence. And then the brother who said deep, I felt myself like ocean is so big, so big. But as a diver goes deep down and down and down and down, he just gets a pearl. And then he feels that pearl is the ocean. The ocean is not the pearl, but that pearl is the ocean. That's what this brother gave me a churning. Why I had this doubt is it is only this knowledge which is one. But as yesterday Baba said, the Gita, there are 108 Gitas in so many languages, so many implications, so many understanding. But Baba's knowledge is only one. And we are as software engineers. We have to do that software development and not for others, but for my own self. I think I'll just take home this today essence. And as that brother said, dive down. Really, the knowledge is just a pearl. Om Shanti.
Yes, Risu sister, would you like to share something?
Rachna Ben had unmuted herself. Rachna Ben, would you want to share?
Om Shanti, sister. Sister Girija has already summed it up very precisely, so there's nothing much more to add to it. I was just trying to reflect on her question about the subtlety of knowledge, and it just came to me that Baba is taking us from gross to subtle. So when he asks us to do things like remember only me and don't remember any bodily beings, and sometimes it does come in my mind that why is Baba so possessive? He wants me to see only him in all the relations, and he's pulling me away from all the people that who have been in my list of dear and loved ones who have supported me so much in my life. And now suddenly Baba comes in my life and he says, remember me, children, only me, Manmanabha. So, what is it that he wants? So now when you go into the depth of this single point, I realize that when I remember any bodily beings, I would have the tendency of either being attracted or seeing the goodness or the defects in that person. So, and my journey is now moving from body consciousness to soul consciousness. That is from what is gross to subtle. So obviously, if I have to be successful in this journey, I have to remember only the soul. And which soul? The soul who is supreme and perfect. So it is only when everything, each little small thing that Baba asks me to do, if I introspect, why is Baba asking me to do this? What is it that he wants me to achieve by doing that? Is one aspect of getting into the subtlety of knowledge. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Rachna Ben. Very nicely you put it up. For me, I just feel how thirsty I am to drink the water of to drink the subtlety of knowledge. So accordingly, I will have it. So what I feel, the more you thirsty, the more you gain the knowledge accordingly. Yes, anyone else would like to share?
Add to that, knowledge is so subtle as uh, it's not at a gross level. So each thing when we have to go to a deeper level. So that is Baba is telling knowledge is wealth. So today's Jnana Naneshwari is tomorrow's Raja Rajeshwari. So that is how much we bring that to action. Just to we are hearing and listening, and three steps Baba is actually telling. So how much knowledge we bring that to action, that is deeper level, that is into our sanskar. Once we done that, it becomes our sanskar. So still so many streamats are actually yet to go to that sanskar level. So I think that only with the knowledge, with the help of knowledge only, we can match or we have in golden age. So that's the main aim. That's the ultimate. So only with the knowledge, we can move very closer to the Srimat line, what actually Baba sets. So Om Shanti.
Very true. In interest of time, I think I should move forward to meditation. But before that, we have an announcement for Sunday session. I'll share the flyer. We have a Sunday session, special session by Avyak Murli Club. The topic of the session is New Habits for the New Year. It will be conducted by Dr. Tina, who is from Global Harmony House, New York. So we invite all the divine family members as well as other divine souls who are not there in this group. We can invite them also. The session will be on Sunday, 1st January, the same timing, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. So let's present on this day. We shall sit in silence and just see how great we are and what are the qualification a great soul needs. Let's end this session in silence. Om Shanti. Happy Baba Milan to all of you. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.